Boss fights make or break a game. Whether they're too easy, too hard, repetitive, unfair, or just anticlimactic, all it takes is one bad boss fight to ruin an amazing game. Well, that fucking sucked. Look, it's the journey and not the destination, but nobody wants to spend hundreds of hours getting invested into a world only to find out the destination is, well, this.
That is one big pile of shit.
Furi says, nah, fuck that. Here are 10 of the most unique, satisfying, and perfectly balanced boss fights. Back to back, zero filler. Have fun, dickhead. Shit, fuck, come on. I blocked it. You're an unnamed swordsman attempting to escape a carefully crafted jail just for you.
Kill the jailer.
Whatever you say, giant rabbit. The only thing standing in your way are 10 of the most utterly brutal, evil, sadistic, cheating, arrogant shits who will do anything to crush you. And thanks to how well the game's combat is designed, you're going to love being crushed. Oh, hit me again, mummy. On the surface, Furi's combat seems simple. You slash, you dash, you shoot, you parry attacks, but in reality, everything is about timing. If you attack randomly, bosses will just dodge instantly out of the way and then punish you for being so reckless. Oh, fuck! You have to bide your time, running, dodging, avoiding everything you can, which was easy for a pro gamer like me. I think it's right. At first, I didn't find the combat that special until I realized the only way to heal was to perfectly parry attacks. Now, the risk reward of timing a parry is something games rarely get right. Very often I find myself preferring to run away or dodge, and only when the reward is worth it, like one-hitting a guardian in Breath of the Wild, will I bother. Almost never would I risk it against a boss because I suck ass. So by forcing the player to not just learn but master this skill in order to heal, suddenly Furi becomes an incredibly unique and skill-reliant experience. Oh, shit, yes, I did it. No! There is one other way to heal, thankfully. If you manage to take a boss's health down to zero, you'll enter close combat, suddenly being locked in a life and death, final, terrifying, desperate fight. You cannot beat a boss phase without surviving this, making it impossible to cheese. Let me damage you! Let me damage you! You need to parry, dodge, and survive long enough to take them down again and again. And if you can do that, you'll remove one of these boxes, gain one of yours back, both heal to full, and well, move on to the next and much harder phase. I got this, bring it. 1, 2. If you happen to lose, well, they'll heal to full, you'll lose a box, and this cycle will repeat until one of you dies completely. It is a literal tug of war between life and death. I was so close, you piece of shit. This mechanic solves two major issues almost every boss fight has. The first is that it stops the boss's health pool feeling too low, making them squishy and boring. But much more importantly, it doesn't make it so large that you find yourself wailing on an endless meat shield while you fall asleep. Hey, you want to play airplane? And up we go! It also means that you actually have the ability to beat every boss on the very first attempt. If you lose, you're not dead, you just lost a box. But hopefully you learn the pattern and you can make it to the next phase. I got it this time. Oh, fuck. And when you inevitably struggle to the next phase, the progress feels tangible. The bosses evolve, begin using new moves, patterns, and timing. The scale shoots these poison projectiles in a straight line that leave a trail, which are easy to avoid at first. I meant to do that. Until later when there are dozens spiraling around the map endlessly that you have to avoid, all while shooting projectiles out of the sky and dodging over huge poison waves. This variety can't just be on individual bosses. So many games, I loved the look, feel, and intensity of the first boss you fight, but as you progress, quickly you realize every boss is the same. Jump, shoot, jump, fuck. While the core mechanics of Furi don't change drastically from fight to fight, thankfully every boss has its own unique mechanics, unique challenges, and most importantly, unique personality.
On a scale of 1 to 10, she's an 11. And she'd give herself a 12.
He clearly didn't have math tutors in this jail. The first boss is an arrogant jailer. He calls you a murderer, a corrupter, tortures you for fun. You feel justified in beating him down and escaping.
Yeah, get out of here, you big bitch.
You move on thinking every fight is going to be a satisfying, cathartic beatdown for those who wronged you, and then instantly the second boss is another prisoner. A woman deemed too dangerous for society. So dangerous, her arms, legs, face, her entire body is bound. Left here to stop you, she's been driven mad by isolation. Her fight starts restrained, simple, easy to avoid, but as you beat her, you're literally freeing her from her restraints. She becomes erratic, wild, and hard to predict. Suddenly the tables turn, and she is hunting you. Oh fuck, get off, I'm married! This juxtaposition instantly makes you question your jailer's desperate tactics, but also your own motives. I mean, it's kind of mercy, right? Every boss builds more and more on this. A wise old man forces you to fight your own projectiles as you attempt to take down their shield.
You could wait for me to die of old age.
That is so demeaning. And then suddenly he freezes time to fight you one-on-one. Every projectile you've fired this fight is now a landmine for you to avoid. Then suddenly you're dashing between cover as an invisible sniper fires one-hit kill shots at you, taking out drones and closing the gap to take her down. I can't see her. Where the fuck? Boss after boss, you're taking on crazy mechanics until finally, all of that is stripped away against the Edge. A man who mirrors yourself, who has spent an eternity training, waiting for this moment. You're locked in constant close combat and forced to perfectly parry attack after attack in perfect succession, with only a few seconds to strike once after each set. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, fuck! Messing the timing up means death almost instantly, and if that wasn't bad enough, this brutally unfair, downright amazing boss begins faking swings, baiting out your block before slamming your face into the dirt. What the fuck, dude? He faked me! This man berates you,
Do I look unconquerable to you?
begs you to try harder,
I want nothing but your very best.
and when you finally feel like you're making progress, holy shit, he's throwing his sword away for a boat paddle. The next phase has some of the hardest but most enjoyable attacks a boss has ever done to me. Fuck, run. Go back, go run, Chris, attack. Yes! All of these characters are packed with personality. They leave an impression, all while carefully revealing the story through their combat voice lines. Hell, even the designs are part of a much bigger picture you won't understand until you finish the game. They scream at you, intimidate you,
How dare you shun me?
taunt you.
Give me something memorable.
Did you know the echidna has a cloaca? And tell you to get back in your cell while the very act of escaping forces you to do unjust things. Their unwavering confidence in their perspective makes you begin to hesitate, doubt not just your cause, but yourself. Bitter batter. I'll never forget these bosses, which sounds normal, right? A boss should leave an impression, but so many don't these days. They simply lack presence. A good boss stays with you, like Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, or, well, his much scarier appearance, Kingdom Hearts. When that fucking song starts, you know you're in trouble. Oh, fuck. And Furi is no different. As you journey between bosses, the music builds, it pushes you forward, telling you about what awaits ahead. It prepares you for your next insurmountable task, and when the wall is placed before you, it cracks open, revealing this intensity and power behind every boss fight song. The music shapes the entire game. It tears you between the unserious, lighthearted jokes, the slow, pensive moments of reflection, and of course, the intense action seamlessly. Anyone who has played this game could listen to any of these tracks and instantly be transported back to the endless struggle it accompanied. This game has scratched an itch I didn't know I had, and I genuinely believe it has ruined boss fights for me.